Hi everyone, having discussed content words, in this video I'm going to discuss function words. And here is the outline. First, I'm going to briefly discuss word classes just to remind you what they are. Then I'm going to discuss function words, which consist of determiners, pronouns, auxiliary verbs, prepositions, coordinators, and subordinators. So let's get started. Words in a language can be categorized into 10 categories, also known as word classes or parts of speech. The 10 word classes are nouns, lexical verbs, adjectives, adverbs, determiners, pronouns, auxiliary verbs, prepositions, coordinators, and subordinators. We have discussed the first 4 classes, which are considered to be content words, as they express lexical meaning. Now we are going to discuss words that express grammatical meaning, or the so-called function words. Function words consist of determiner, pronoun, auxiliary verb, preposition, coordinator, and subordinator. So let's start with determiners. Determiners are categorized into 7 categories. Number 1, definite and indefinite determiners. For example, the in the sentence, this is the school that he went to. Number 2, demonstrative determiners. For example, this in the sentence, this restaurant serves good food. Number 3, possessive determiners. For example, my in the sentence, my mother called last night. Number 4, quantitative determiners. For example, all in the sentence, all students have taken 5 courses. Number 5, cardinal and ordinal determiners. For example, first in the sentence, she had her first baby last year. Number 6, interrogative determiners. For example, which in the sentence, which countries have you visited so far? And last one, number 7, relative determiners. For example, which in the sentence, the countries which I have visited so far are Chile and Peru. Now let's look at pronouns. Pronouns are categorized into 5 categories. Number 1, personal pronouns, such as I in the sentence, I lived in Thailand. Number 2, demonstrative pronouns. For example, this in the sentence, this should be done within a week. Number 3, indefinite pronouns. For example, all in the sentence, all she had eaten today is an apple. Number 4, interrogative pronouns. For example, who in the sentence, who broke the window. And number 5, relative pronouns. For example, who in the sentence, the boy who broke the window is his son. Next, let's have a look at auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are categorized into 2 categories. Number 1, modal auxiliaries. For example, may in the sentence, they may discuss the problems. Number 2, non-modal auxiliaries. For example, are in the sentence, they are discussing the problems. Next, we are looking at prepositions. There are 2 categories of prepositions. Number 1, single preposition. For example, after in the sentence, we discuss the problems after lunch. Number 2, complex prepositions. For example, because of in the sentence, we are not playing baseball today because of the rain. Next, let's have a look at coordinators. There are 2 categories of coordinators. Number 1, single coordinators. For example, but in the sentence is an old car, but it's very reliable. Number 2, correlative coordinators. For example, both and in the sentence, she can both speak and write Japanese. Finally, let's have a look at subordinators. There are three categories of subordinators. Number 1. Subordinators for nominal clauses. For example, that in the sentence, we hope that more students will join the course. Number 2. Subordinators for comparative clauses. For example, then in the sentence, the cost of living today is higher than it was in the past. And number 3. Subordinators for adverbial clauses. For example, because in the sentence, we asked Philip to come with us because he knew the road. Now, to summarize, in this video, we have discussed words that express grammatical meaning, or the so-called function words, which consist of determiners, pronouns, auxiliary verbs, prepositions, coordinators, and subordinators. I hope you find this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!